Welcome dear students to our video classes Bricks, Beats and Bones. This will be our third part to this chapter. So let us continue our studies. Thank you. So dear students, let's begin with our series on Harappan culture or Harappan civilization. See, the title of today's topic is Subsistence Strategies of the People. You know the meaning of subsistence? Subsistence means to do something for living. To do something for living. So we will, in today's study, we will see the economic life of the Harappan people. Okay. So as you see, subsistence strategies of the people included hunting and gathering, cultivation, pastoralism and distribution. So here we find the main occupations: hunting, gathering, cultivation, pastoralism and distribution. Distribution here means some kind of trade, some type of barter system. People relied on many plants and animals, fishing and agriculture for their food. There are evidences of bones of animals which prove that people consumed meat. Terracotta models of oxen, plow show that people relied on agriculture too. So different types of food available to the people. What different types of food did they eat? Let us see some evidences. The Harappans ate wide range of plants and animal products including fish. Archaeologists found grains such as wheat, barley, lentils, chickpea and sesame at the Harappan sites. In Gujarat, millets have been found. Rice was found rarely. Bones of cattle, fish, bird, sheep, goat, buffalo, pig, deer and bear are found at the sites. Studies indicate that these animals were either domesticated or hunted by the Harappan. Now, what were the agricultural tools or technologies which Harappans were using? Agriculture was the main occupation of the Harappans. We know today also agriculture is the main occupation of Indian economy. The prevalence of agriculture is indicated by finds of grains. You know, the grains have been found. It is very difficult to reconstruct actual agricultural practices carried out by the Harappans. It's not that easy to understand in what methods they did the agriculture. But certain tools are found which prove that they were practicing agriculture. Terracotta sculptures of the bull and their representation on the seals indicate that bull was known to them. From this, the archaeologists assume that the oxen were used for plowing. Moreover, the archaeologists have also found terracotta models of the plow at sites in Cholistan and Banwali, which is in Haryana. Evidence of a plowed field associated with early Harappan levels have also found at Kalibanga in Rajasthan. The field had two sets of furrows at right angles to each other, suggested that two different crops were grown together. So there was a practice of mixed agriculture. Most of the Harappan sites were located in semi-arid regions. So to enhance the agricultural produce, they needed facilities of irrigation. So they also developed their methods of irrigation. Apart from that, traces of canals have been found at the Harappan site of Shortughai in Afghanistan. It is also likely that water was drawn from wells was used for irrigation. Besides, reservoirs found in Dholavira, Gujarat may have been used to store water for agriculture. Processing of food required grinding equipment as well as vessels for mixing, blending and cooking. These equipments were made of stone, metal and terracotta. So we understand that agriculture was the main occupation of Harappan people. Okay, most of them were vegetarians, but the evidences of some bones suggest that several of them also ate meat. So there was a culture of vegetarian and non-vegetarian eating habits. Okay. Mohenjo-daro, a planned urban center. Architectural features of Mohenjo-daro. In other words, the town planning. It is interesting to note that the most spectacular part of Harappan structure is the large scale town layout, means town planning. The city of Mohenjo-daro was divided into two parts, that is, the citadel, the upper city, and the lower city. Citadel. It was built on mud brick platforms. It was walled and separated from the lower town. The citadel was probably used for special public purposes. The lower town was walled. Several buildings were made on the platform that served as foundation. Now here you can see the archaeological evidences of Mohenjo-daro town planning. So let us see how this town planning was carried out. Number one, labor was mobilized at a very large scale. The settlement was first planned and then implemented. As we all know, today also we do the same thing. First we plan the map and then we construct the house. Bricks used in the buildings were uniform in size. Another important thing, the roads and streets in the lower town were laid out in a grid pattern, intersecting at right angles. The streets and drains were first laid out and then houses were built on the same pattern. The lower town of Mohenjo-daro provides examples of residential buildings. But the upper town, there we find lot of commercial buildings. Most of these were centered on a courtyard with rooms on all sides. You can see the same pattern today also in many villages. Courtyard in the center and rooms are built around it. Different activities like cooking, weaving were carried out in the courtyard, particularly during the hot and dry seasons. There were no windows along the walls on the ground floor, so privacy could be maintained. Some more important features. The main entrance did not provide view of courtyard and interior. Every house had bathroom paved with bricks which was connected through the wall to the street drains. In some houses, remains of staircases to reach second story or roof have been found. Many houses had wells which were reachable from outside for the use of outsiders also. And it is estimated that the total number of wells in Mohenjo-daro was about 700. Marvelous.